Hi, I'm Tom Sarracino for Starlicks. Today we're going to talk about something that's at the very heart of rock and roll, the blues. What are the blues? I tell you what, I'm going to play 3 licks and see if you can guess which one is the blues. Here I go. Example number 2. Example number 3. Could you guess which one it was? Number 3 was the sound of the blues. Let me go over them. Number 1 was taken from a feel of the Scorpions, kind of a sound. It's the scale in what I call kind of a 4 idea, in 4s, like this. Just going down the scale 4 notes at a time. Example number 2 is kind of something I made up myself out of the A major scale. It has kind of a repeating idea, and then it moves straight up the scale into a little higher position, and I go into my bend. Now, example number 3, that's the blues. You can tell by the sound of the scale. The dead giveaway is the little bends that I'm doing at the very end. That's kind of a vocal quality. In fact, when the blues first started, they were trying to imitate the voice on guitar strings, getting that kind of whiny sound, wah wah ba, and it has that sassy quality that they really liked, that really gave you that emotion in the songs. What makes the blues different? Well, in the blues, we use a pentatonic scale as opposed to a major scale or a natural minor scale. The pentatonic scale has 5 notes in it. Like a pentagon has 5 sides, the pentatonic scale has 5 tones. Pent meaning 5, tonic meaning tones. Let's take a look at that pentatonic scale. Here it is. Now this is guitar tablature. The guitar is just facing you. You have your low E string over here, and we have the high E string over here. I'm on the 5th fret. I'm in the key of A. This is an A right here. Now, these are the frets, and I'm going to play all these here with my first finger. I'd use my 2nd finger for any that fell here, but since I don't have any, I'm not going to use it. I'd use my 3rd finger for these, and I'll use my 4th finger here. Let me play it for you. Here's what it sounds like. As I play across, I'm keeping my 1st finger down until I absolutely have to move it. I'm not doing this. I'm exaggerating a little bit. But I keep it down. This gives you a little more strength and a little more stability as I move across. Good for beginning players to do it that way. Now you say, Tom, wait a minute, you said there were only 5 notes in the pentatonic scale, but you're playing more than 5. Okay, let's take a look at it. Here are the 5 notes. Right there, that's the 5 notes of the pentatonic scale. You've got A, C, D, E, and G, and then it starts over again. You have A, C, D, E, and G, and again A, C. So those same 5 notes are being repeated all across the neck. Now this is important. These 3 notes, 1, 2, 3, are the most important notes for bending in this scale. They will sound good. They will give that sassy talk-back quality that this scale is set up to sound like. Let me show you what they sound like. Here are the 3 notes. Now I'm going to do the bend with my 3rd finger, and for these spots where I said to use your 4th, I'm going to use my 3rd backed up with my 2nd finger on the same string to help it bend, because it has the strength and the control. Here we go. Now it's your turn to solo in the blues. How do you do it? Well, you need to know the 5 basic pentatonic patterns in sequence. There's 5 of them. Hey, you want to solo all over the neck. If you're stuck to just playing in one spot, that gets boring. So how do we find these 5? Well, let's take a look at our pentatonic scale again. I said we had 5 notes here. We have A, C, D, E, and G. And these notes, these 5, are in the key of A. That's the key we're going to work on. Okay? So if we want to make sure that all our notes sound good and not sound like we're playing some wrong notes, we want to stick to these same notes. Okay? Let's find all the A's, all the C's, all the D's, all the E's, and all the G's all over the guitar neck. Every possibility in the key of A. Let's take a look at that. Here it is. Here are all the notes in the key of A. All of these will sound good. But you look at that and you say, Tom, sheesh, that's confusing. I can't remember all that. Okay, we need some way of breaking this down so we can memorize it. Well, what if we do this? Now, isn't that the one we were just looking at? Sure it is. And what if I cover up the top notes here and make the bottom notes the top note of the next box scale? I call it a box scale because you can play your hand directly across the neck without having to shift the hand up or down. There's the box scale behind the root position box because we have our root note right here. And what if we cover up these and we'll make the top notes the bottom notes of the next scale? Well, you go, yeah, that's kind of strange, but I think I can memorize that. All right, I'll do it again. Here's the next one. That one looks good. There's the next scale. Next one comes after that. Looks like this. And then, well, now wait a minute. Doesn't that one look exactly like this one here? You got it. They start over again. And if I kept going, here's that full line, I'd have this one starting over again. And you know what? It would keep going. If this neck was 20 feet long, they'd just keep repeating. You got 5 patterns here that are repeating. Here they are again. Here's the root position. Here's the one below root position. That's 2 of them. Here's the one above root position. That's 3 of them. Here's the one above that, 3rd position above the root, and that's 4 of them. And here's the 5th one. And then it'll start over again. Now, not all the blues are in the key of A. It might be in the key of B, C, D, E, etc. We need to know how to solo in any key. So how can we use those 5 patterns, those 5 same patterns in other keys? We need some kind of landmark, some kind of point that we can start off from and spread out with those 5 patterns from there. So we're going to use the notes on the low E string as our guide. Let's check those out. If you don't know those, let me go over those with you for a second. The notes on the low E string, and then I'm going to show you how to move those patterns around so you can play any blues in any key. Here we go. Now here's the guitar neck again, and I've got that low E string right here. Now on the open, that means your open E string, you're going to have E. And then you're going to go a half step, and right here you put your finger here, and you've got F. Okay, half step between E and F. We've got G falls here. A is a whole step up. Whole step's 2 frets. B is here. B and C, there's a half step. Between C and D, we have a whole step. Here's a D note. We have E, which is the octave from the open E at the 12th fret. Then F will be here. It starts to repeat. Here's G, and here's A. Now, if you know these notes, or at least how to find these notes, you can now play all these 5 patterns. All you have to do is take that first scale that we talked about, the root position scale, because it has the root in its first note. That's your first finger. That's what it starts on. That's what you use for your target, your landmark. If we're in the key of A, you simply put this scale right here on A, and then all the other 5 will follow it. Now you've got to know the order that the 5 go in order to do it. Because look, if we're in the key of E, we want to move this scale pattern all the way up here and stick it on the E. And now we've got to know the 5 this way. And we can get in 1 or so here. What if we're in the key of C? Well, we just move this scale down here, and now we've got this much room for the other 5 patterns. Remember, here are the bottom notes of the next pattern. Okay, so they're all movable. You need to know the notes on the E string. Set up your root position scale on whatever key you're in, whatever. If it's G blues, it'll be right here. And then the others follow it. Now let me play those 5 patterns for you in the key of A, and you'll notice they all sound good. Here's the root position. I have the root A in my first finger. Sounds good against this A chord. Now, the position below root. Still sounds good against A. The position above the root, I find like this. I put my first finger down, the first 2 notes of the root position scale, and now I put my first finger where my 4th was, and I'm ready to go. Sounds good against A. Next position, I do the same thing. Bring up the first. And the last position. And then this position down here would start over again right here. And then the root position starts over again right here. Okay, let's get tuned up. Here's my E string, low E. Next, my A string. Now my D string. G string. B. And my high E string. Got it? Okay, lick number 1. Here we go. Lick number 1, slow. Okay, lick number 1 uses some interesting effects. We're using a slide along with a unison bending where I'm bending the G string up to match the note that I'm holding down with my first finger on the B string. I'm using my 2nd and 3rd to bend that G string at the 14th fret. Here it is. Till it matches the same note on the B string. And I throw a little vibrato on it. This solo was first made famous by someone called Elmore James, and it was a blues song called Dust My Blues. And it kind of sounds like he's dusting off something. Now you can use kind of the same idea on this one, doing a bend on the G string, the 14th fret, and coming to the first finger with 2 picks. That's also a very famous standard. And I'm using all down strokes. You can also use this into a kind of a bend idea. If you'll reach up for that one of those 3 that I talked about earlier on the B string, your 15th fret, kind of gives you a spot to give your music some breath. Nice spot to go to. So both these licks and this one are standards in blues. Okay, lick number 2. Lick number 2, slow. I like to roll my first finger for the same kind of effect on this riff. I like to, as I come back to it, I do a little bend here and come to the first finger and then roll the first finger over to the G string and land on the D string like this. You'll also notice the importance of the small little pulls that I'm doing that gives it its flavor. Right here, and especially here. Not a full bend, just a nice little tug. I'm pivoting from this part of this bone right here. And I'm pivoting and pulling the finger just a little bit and hopping my third finger over. Very important for that sound. You want to strive for that kind of whiny sound in this riff. And if you also, what's real important is the rolling of the third finger as I come over to the lower strings. You've got to lay that third finger so it's right next to the other string. You'll notice I'm touching it here, and as I roll up onto it, all I have to do is just bring the finger up and I'm there for the slide. I don't have to hop. That's where I have to hop it. So put it right next to the string and roll right to it. Lick number 3 is in the key of C, but it starts above the root position. The last 2 were in the root position. First one was in E, and the second one was in A. This third one, here's C, but the riff, the lick, is going to start up here, and it goes like this. Let me do it slow for you. Now we're using a couple of interesting techniques here. We're using a repeating idea, which is good in itself. And if you can get that sounding good and fast, you can kind of hang out there for a moment while you're trying to figure out where you're going in your solo. Anyway, as we go through it, and we move out of this repeating, we're doing kind of a rake across these 2 strings to a pull-off. And this is on the D to the A. But you can also include this G string. And if I lay this second finger across the G, the D, and the A, I can go. And with the pick, I'm raking across the strings. And I go right into the pull-off. Now you've got to roll this finger a little bit so you don't get this sound. So that's a three string rake. Another fingering that I like to use for this riff comes here. Right here I go 1, 3, and my 4th finger comes around on the 13th fret on the D string, and I slide it up a half step. The 1 finger covers the 10th fret on the D and the A string. My 4th finger comes down on the 13th fret of the low E. 2nd finger to 3rd finger, that's the 11th and 13th fret on the low E, to the 1 on the D string, 10th fret. Sounds like this. I like the way that feels in the hand. Riff number 4 is in the key of G, and it moves from the root position, here's your G, into the next box above, right in here. And it goes like this. Riff number 4, slow. I like to add to that riff an idea that we did in the first one, this, and come out of that into that riff. Check this out. That's where I'm bending the 3rd finger on the G string, and I'm doing this at the 5th fret, coming to the 1st finger barred on the 3rd fret, hitting the B string and then the E string. Kind of rolling it. And then coming back. If you like a little answer, you can throw your 1st finger on the G string, 3rd fret, and kind of push it up. Lick number 5 is in the key of A, and it's at the root position. Goes like this. Number 5, slow. I like number 5 because of this little pull with the 1st finger. Kind of moves around real quick. You can also head down the scale a little bit here into the box below like this. I made use of that sassy little bend again twice. Here. And also near the end of the scale. Another idea is moving into a bend like this. Now I'm starting the riff, pulling the 1st finger, and then I go from the 7th fret on the D string to the 5th fret on the G, and I jump way up with my 3rd finger, and I'm stretching for it, 8th fret on the B string, and I put it up. This is a great bend. It bends it right up to the root. Number 6 is in the key of D, and it's in the root position also. Number 6, slow. On number 6, I like to add a little roll with my 3rd finger on a D and G string like this. As I'm coming around, right here's where I do the roll. I also like to do this, where I start with the hammer, and then I hit both the B and the E string at the same time. And then I'll do a slide into the next position with a little vibrato. Or you could do a bend. Lick number 7 has a rockabilly flavor to it, played by the likes of Chuck Berry. Lick number 7, slow. And that was in the key of C, and could you tell that was the root position? Lick number 8. See if you can guess who made this solo famous. Lick number 8, slow. Did you guess? That's right, that was in the style of Jimmy Page. Now I like to add on to this lick a little bit, right here. I bend on the B string. I'll bend the B string up. I'll use my little finger on the high E string, same fret, 12th fret, and then I'll come back to the B string for a return bend, and then go over to the second finger. All right, lick number 9. Here we go. This is in the key of C, and it's in the root position. Here's my C note, and here it goes. Lick number 9, slow. On this riff, I'm trying to get my pull-offs here with the 4th finger real snappy, and I'm trying to speed them up as I go. And then I move into the rest of the riff, so I'm trying to speed into that a little bit. I build a little momentum on that part of the riff. Hey, what if I wanted to move this to another key? Here I'm in C. But let's say I was in the key of A. It was an A blues. Well, I find my A note in the low E string. I know I have my root box here, which is where this riff is following. And I do it right there. Here's the A, here's the riff. All right, lick number 10 has more of a sophisticated sound. It's in the key of E, which is up at the 12th fret, and it also is in the root position. Lick number 10, slow. All right, I'd like to add a little pull-up, because what's tricky in this riff is doing the bend on the E string and rolling over right away to the B string. See, here's the bend, and then right away I'm on that next string. So I've got to really be hanging over on this E string to grab that B when I go for it. I like to do a little pull-off. Lick number 11 is in the key of D, so I'll move down to D, and it goes like this. Lick number 11, slow. Now I'm doing a lot of rolling of the 3rd finger throughout this lick, which means as I place it on the strings where I have to roll back, I want to make sure I'm either hanging the finger over or that it can come back to the other string. I can get back, no problem. And here I'm doing kind kind of a double stop on the next two strings. Coming from the D string, 12th fret, to the G and the B string. Now you can spice up number 11 if you can do a double hammer pull with your second finger. Instead of one, do two in a row, like this. You do that, you sound like a wild man. That alone in itself sounds good. Lick number 12. Lick number 12, slow. Now, that lick's a little tricky using my fourth finger because it's got to come around that third. Right here. They're kind of hopping back and forth, so for some of you it may be easier to use your third finger for the whole riff. And slide it over, roll it over. When you go for the bend, you want to hold the first finger in place on the 12th fret, the E string, and use your second finger on the B string, 13th fret, for the bend. Okay, lick number 13. Starts below the root position, 3 frets, and moves up into the root position using the same fingering. Same idea. Number 13, slow. Riff number 14. Number 14, slow. Now lick 14 here is in the 4th pattern above the root, and it uses a rhythmic sequence with a short, short, long feel like this. And then right here is where it leaves the sequence and the pattern changes. Lick number 15. Lick number 15, slow. I like to add a little extra note on this one at the bottom part here, going. Come back to the 1 finger, 2nd fret G string, and then jump to the 2nd finger. Sounds like this. Lick number 16 has a more sophisticated sound, and it moves through a couple patterns. It's in the key of C, and it starts in the 4th pattern above C, and it's going to move down a position or two. A lot of notes, kind of a jazzy kind of flavor. Let me play it for you. Now this uses the 4th finger crossing over for a little bend towards the end of the riff. And if that's hard for some of you, you can slide that 3rd finger, roll it over, and just give it a little extra bend. And that'll get you through it. Lick number 16, slow. Did you notice the slight pull of that 2nd finger? For that sassy sound, got to get a feel for that. Lick number 17 is in the key of G, and it works around two triads as such. I have here at the 3rd fret this G, taken from this chord, and a triad is just a 3-note chord, 1, 2, 3, and I have the other triad up here that's also a G. All I've done was move my D chord up from D, up a whole step to E, half step F, and here's G. So between these two is lick number 17. Here we go. Lick number 17, slow. Lick number 18. Lick number 18, slow. Lick number 18 uses some slides with that 3rd finger. Right here. And another one, along with a very wide bend, which is this note 3 frets above it, on the 12th from the 12th fret. And it comes down with a trill, which is just hammering and pulling off with the 3rd finger. Number 19 is in the style of B.B. King, has a clean sound to it, and is very characteristic of the way he would play it. Number 19, slow. Lick number 20 has been made famous in the style of Keith Richards and uses a 2-string kind of sound with a bend on the 1 on the G string. Here we go. Number 20, slow. Did you notice the pinching technique in the right hand? That's right, I'm using my pick on the G string, and I'm pinching with my middle finger the other string, the B string. Gives it a sharp sound, a quick kind of attack. Well, there you have it. There's our 20 star licks. Don't be afraid to move these licks to the other positions possible in other keys. And work them slow and then work them up till you can get them fast. You want that sassy sound. And remember, in the blues, it's most important to listen to the other blues players that have come before us, like B.B. King, Albert King, and one of my favorite when it comes to getting some real expressive bending, Eric Clapton. This is Tom Sarracino for Star Licks. Thanks very much. Good luck with your blues.